That was something. Yes, people, what we are reviewing right now is Deepwater Horizon, which is directed by Peter Berg. And for me personally, I happen to really like most of Peter Berg's work. I mean, he did The Rundown with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Seann William Scott. He also did Hancock, which I find to be very underrated and actually pretty good overall. Although he did happen to make Battleship. But that's a whole nother story.
God, I hate that movie.
But then after he made the movie where people are considering him to be the poor man's Michael Bay, he bounced back with a film by Mark Wahlberg called Lone Survivor. And he's also gonna come back with a film this year called Patriots Day with Mark Wahlberg as well. So after Lone Survivor came out, which I thought was one of the best films of 2014, Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg have come back to make another movie called Deepwater Horizon, which is basically a movie about the April 20th, 2010 disaster on the oil rig known as the Deepwater Horizon. And throughout the movie, it shows how Mike Williams, played by Mark Wahlberg, and a few other of his crew members try to survive this catastrophic cataclysm. Honestly, I find it hilarious that people are calling him the poor man's Michael Bay, because if this was made by Michael Bay, this would have lens flares, the people getting out of cars, camera shot, multitudinous explosions, and every single Michael Bayism you can put in a movie. But since this was made by a guy who takes material like this genuinely seriously and takes care of that material immensely, you'll wind up with some of the most intense movies you can see this year. Why, you ask? Well, let's just get down to the positives, shall we? First of all, I would like to address that I was really surprised about how well drawn the characters were. And one of those people you're really attached to is Mark Wahlberg's character. Mark Wahlberg is incredible in this film. Not only does he portray his character well, but the screenplay really gives us enough time to care about his character. And also, everyone from Kurt Russell to John Malkovich to Dylan O'Brien, they actually do a good job in this film. Where this film showcases its myriad strengths is in its visuals and sound design. Seriously, once you see the Deepwater Horizon explode into a fiery, hellish flame for the first time, not only is it an eye-popping thing of beauty, but it really adds stakes and drama to the magnitude of the situation these workers were in on the Deepwater Horizon. And all these chaotic scenes of destruction and devastation don't feel mindless at all or too theatrical. It feels realistic, and there's not one scene where it feels like a Hollywood moment at all. Another thing Deepwater Horizon nails is the sound design. It is raw, impactful, and gritty, and I think the sound designers who did most of the work actually did a really excellent job in this. And this movie really has a gut-punching ending. And the film also picks a very specific bone where it talks about our tendency to point blame on people when we don't know all the facts or the situation that happened on disasters like this. And I thought that was really well done in this film. If I have any complaints to this film, it's really minor. If I have complaints to this film, it's all really minor. The first act really does take some time to get going to the disaster, but it's not doing to bore the audience just so we can go see the disaster. I guess it's basically doing it out of respect, like showing characters and having them develop through the course of the film, which I'm kinda okay with, I guess. Guys, Deepwater Horizon is something to be appreciated immensely. Really well drawn characters, great performances, amazing sound design and visual effects, with a really gut-punching ending while tackling an issue we currently have today. Even though the first act does take some time to get going, that doesn't stop me for giving Deepwater Horizon a 4.5 out of 5. Alright guys, that is my review of Deepwater Horizon. Comment below and let me know what you thought about the movie. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, or probably message me on YouTube if you feel like it. My name is Luke Nukem, and you have been blown away.